Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
From Cy Donnelly Field, it is a rainy Saturday afternoon, but a terrific girls lacrosse showdown as the Rams from New Canaan have made the trip from Connecticut to take on the third-ranked Friars of St. Anthony's. It is a juggling act here at St. Anthony's. Well, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler here with you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. So thankful you're able to join us here on a Saturday afternoon. And it should be a fun one here between New Canaan and St. Anthony's. New Canaan comes into this game 8-5. It's a team that it's a lot younger than they've been in recent years. This New Canaan squad, where Kristen Woods, their head coach, she has led them to championships and deep runs in the postseason for multiple years. They've been a national powerhouse as well. So a little bit of a younger team this year for New Canaan, but still great lacrosse culture up in New Canaan. The Rams 8-5, as we said, on the season, taking on a 12-1 St. Anthony's team that is number 3 in the country. When we take a look at our players to watch first, for New Canaan, you see on the attacking side, it's Ashton Pinkernell, the junior, bound for Colgate. You see the numbers on the year for her. And on close D, it'll be Emma Jimsky, the senior, another captain along with Pinkernell, two of the leaders, or Pinkernell's not a captain, but two of the leaders certainly of this New Canaan squad. And for St. Anthony's, you see them lined up here for the start of this one. 12-1 on this season. They've done a good job bouncing back from that defeat to Darien, and you see there 2 players to watch before the start of this one. Anna Christie, the senior, bound for Notre Dame, captain. Such a great partnership she has formed over the years with Emma Speed. And then defensively, Meg Langton, the senior, bound for American. 18 ground balls, 15 caused turnovers on the year for her. We'll have our starting lineups, keys to the game opening draw control when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey parents, coaches, and players. Ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
Well, I've been working with Varsity Media for, 14 years. When we have video needs, whether that be a game, whether that be a practice, whether it be social media, it's nice to know that somebody understands what we're looking for without asking for it.
We started working with Varsity Media back in 2021, and since then they've been an absolute game changer, putting our event on the map. Varsity Media couldn't be a better partner, and if you're looking to optimize your event, I couldn't recommend them anymore.
It's been great for us. You know, the kids really get excited when they know that Varsity Media is going to be here. Not just what's happening on the football field, but all the excitement that's around it. It really boosted the environment here, and everybody gets really excited for what's going on.
Varsity Media is reliable, professional, and the quality work is fantastic. It's like watching ESPN. The announcers are unreal, really do a great job of speaking to the coaches to get the knowledge of the players, the season, what's going on with the team. There is nothing better than Varsity Media doing a live broadcast.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
Back here at St. Anthony's, we'll take a look at the starters for today's game. First, with the visitors from New Canaan. On attack, it's Janiga, Pinkernell, and Schlafman, along with a fabulous freshman in Crisafulli. Your midfield consists of Shu, Digatano, and Detmer. On defense, Strupp, Wagner, and Celeberti, along, as we mentioned before, Jimsky. And in goal, future Notre Dame player Mason Callahan, the junior. See the numbers on the year, 82 saves for her, 67 save percentage on the year. In that huddle is their head coach, Kristen Woods, in her 19th season, a 1999 graduate of Wilton High School. How about a career record of 323 wins and 82 defeats? All right, we take a look now at the starters for St. Anthony's. Friars come into this one 12-1 on the year. Your starting attack is Speed, Christie, Pupke, and Gallagher. In the midfield is Sussy, Silas, Ania. Your defense, Novelli, Gorman, Langton, and Bella Capo making the start here this afternoon. And in goal, the future Stony Brook Seawolf, Sophia Machida, senior with 60 saves on the season. The head coach for the Friars, year 3. Caught a glimpse of her there. That was Darcy Messina. There she is in the pregame. Class of 2012 here. The Sayville native played her college lacrosse at Florida. So set here for the opening draw. You see Melania Morio for St. Anthony's. We'll see likely a slew of New Canaan players on the draw. It has been a point of contention for Kristen Woods this year, not being as proficient maybe as in years past at the draw control. And this opening draw for New Canaan is Reagan Celeberti, the freshman. You'll see a lot of her, a lot of Molly Stimpson. We'll see Ashton Pinkernell as well on the draw control. This one is still a live ball. It will go to New Canaan, so they do get the first draw control. Phoebe Shue gets it started for the Rams. Feed goes to Lucy Casey, now up top. Schlafman. She gets it to Shue, and patient ball movement on this first possession for New Canaan. And as I say that, a high pass will sail out of bounds, so the Friars will have the ball. On a wet afternoon, those passes need to be crisp for both teams, certainly. That's Kelsey Gorman, who will get the clear for St. Anthony's. Gallagher hands off, and now this prolific St. Anthony's offense, their first settled situation. And it is a short one at that, as Larkin Celeberti gets the caused turnover off the ground ball, and then the Rams will possess as they look to clear. Good catch in the midfield, and that will be a foul against the Friars. Quick restart by Schlafman, the sophomore. 19 goals on the year for her. Janiga, hands off, they'll work it to X. Feed in front, hits the turf. Great ground ball picked up. The one more pass, turnaround shot by Prinkinell, just off the mark. Good opportunity for New Canaan with their junior bound for Colgate. And now the Friars come the other way. Sussy behind the cage. Top side, the feed inside, the catch. Terrific save. The first of the game for Mason Callahan.
Callahan with the save.
New Canaan the other way. Again, a feed. That one was forced in front, picked off by Machida. Now St. Anthony's will look to make their way down the field. That's Noel Meehan, number 17. An extension of arms there against New Canaan, and the Friars will be on attack here. Silas pops it up top to Ania. Good knockdown. And now New Canaan will look to clear. Callahan looks for options. Mason will follow in the footsteps of Cece Patterson, who took her under her wing. Now she'll join her in South Bend, but not for a couple of years. Jimsky with the clearance for New Canaan. Barreling through defenders, shooting low, Pinkernell, and she is denied by Machida.
Machida with her 61st save of the season.
First save on the game for Machida. Good action early on. Interception at midfield. That was by Celeberti. Another big play for her defensively. Pinkernell backs it up to Shu. Goes back to Pinkernell. She'll work it to X. And you can see the decisions by New Canaan. They want to feed the crease early and often. That's where a lot of their opportunities stem from. Splitting defenders. The kick out to Pinkernell. Good catch for her. There's a feed and the finish inside. Zanamore gives New Canaan the 1-0 lead.
With the goal. And a 1-point lead now for the Rams.
That time, the execution was perfect. You see the feed coming across by Janiga, so Janiga will get the assist. And then Xana Moore gets goal number 15 on the year. Good start for New Canaan. Back to the draw, and that one is won again by New Canaan. Great pickup there by Phoebe Shue, the senior. Celeberti reverses Fields to Strupp. Under pressure. Good ball movement. As they'll get it behind the cage now with Moore, the goal scorer. Showman's pass knocked down. Pinkernell got a piece. She gets it back, though. Another feed in front. That one intercepted. See if New Canaan can try to ride this one back. Machida comes this way. Here's Gorman, the Siena commit. Switches it to the other side, and Meg Langton. Good ride back by New Canaan as Langton was forced out of bounds. That was Janiga with the ride back. Lucy Detmer lost control of the ball. Now the Friars come the other way with Emma Speed. Good ball movement, Speed turns, fires wide.
Just missed to the outside for MSP.
The look goes to X. That's where Anna Christie is. Christie, the feed, the finish inside, and the Friars have tied this score up. Fabiana Gallagher with the goal.
Gallagher with the goal at 3:55.
You see it again. Watch Christie create some separation. Great feed there. She puts it right up above Gallagher's head. Perfect spot for that pass, and then Gallagher with goal number 17 on the year. Back to the draw control. Ground ball, still a loose ball, great scoop. That was Iowanu. And now St. Anthony's looking to take their first lead of the game. The burst to the cage, shot just wide by Christie. Sussy, the kick, gets the return pass. She'll swing it. Sussy, the UMass-bound senior. Nice dodge. The feed. Good job defensively by New Canaan. And the Friars will restart from behind. And on the 8-meter attempt, there is the finish by Christie.
Anna Christie, number 10, with the goal.
For Christie, how about goal number 41 on the year?
Kate yesterday had 2 goals.
You see it again, goes high on the 8-meter. And the Friars take a 2-1 lead.
So a 2-1 lead now for St. Anthony.
It'll be Morio and Celeberti again. And this one goes to St. Anthony's. So after some early wins on the circle for the Rams, it's St. Anthony's who have won the last couple. There's Christie. Up top, great dodge, and the bouncer will go for Pupke.
And the birthday girl, Putke, scores.
Another look, you see Christie.
Happy birthday to you, Putke.
Christie with the present for the birthday girl, Pupke. For Cameron, her 6th of the year. Three unanswered for the Friars. Pinkernell nearly had it. That's a great ball won by Crisafulli. And now an 8-meter attempt for the Rams. Likely a passing situation for Crisafulli from this hash. That's what she'll do. They work it to Pinkernell, and she stepped out. Here comes Gorman. Stick check by the New Canaan bench. A dangerous one there, so. Sussy kicks out to Addison Fox, just a freshman. Loose ball, another ground ball, scooped up by New Canaan. And look at the speed from Detmer. Pinkernell denied. Right into the stick of Machida.
Machida with the save.
That is her 2nd of this first quarter. Final 34 seconds of it now.
54, solid as a rock.
Christie, the feed. Inside. The finish.
Sophia
And the goal
Aguero.
scored by Ania.
So 4-1 your score now. With 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
3rd assist of the game for Christie. And Ania, the freshman, goal number 11 on the year.
So far, so good.
4-1 lead now for St. Anthony's. This one's still a loose ball. Still loose. One, no. Scrum now goes in front of the cage, and the quarter has ended.
And that will end the first.
But a great response there by St. Anthony's.
Looks like the rain has slowed down.
They go down 1-0, and the Friars respond with 4 straight goals, including this one by Fabiana Gallagher. Great pass by Christie, and Gallagher gets it inside for St. Anthony's. First quarter in the books. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Brennan O'Neill, and you're watching Varsity Media.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
All right, those right there, those are the best seats in the house. You can watch the action. You're covered from the rain. I think the only thing they're missing, though, is maybe like a laptop. Fire up Varsity Media, watch it on our YouTube channel, and you're good to go. Back here for the start of quarter number 2. St. Anthony's with a 4-1 lead. New Canaan scored first. Xana Moore had that finish for the Rams. And then goals by Christie, Pupke, Gallagher, and Ania have given the Friars the 4-1 lead. St. Anthony's ranked number 3 in the country by USA Lacrosse magazine. New Canaan, a team that has perennially been among the top 25 teams. It is the youngest team, though, that their head coach, Kristen Wood, said she's had in her time. Good job on the draw control. The win again by Reagan Celeberti. And New Canaan will have possessions. Another possession, I should say. They've had some possessions in the first quarter, but that one will be turned over on that far side. And Woods will tell you, with all the draw controls, they weren't winning, which was certainly the case in a loss against Massapequa and to Darien, and you've just got to be so much finer in the other parts of the field. And there is speed. No doubt speed, and her head coach, Darcy Messina, maybe shed a tear last night with the Gators of Florida losing. That's where Messina played her college ball, where speed will go next year. Free position opportunity after that check in the sphere. Sidearm shot and the finish. How pretty was that from Cameron Pupke?
Cameron Pupke with the sidearm.
Her second of the game for the senior bound for Princeton. See it again, changing planes, low to high. Sticks it under the crossbar. Messina says Pupke, really sharp IQ. They put her as one of the seniors in a position of power where she can set people up for success. She gets goals, assists, does all those little things off ball as well to create goals, not afraid of contact. She now has 7 goals and 7 assists on the season. It is a 5-0 run for the Friars. The ground ball picked up by Morio off that draw control win. As another possession for St. Anthony's. The Friars, it's essentially, you would call it finals week for them. They will wrap up the regular season, and if things go the way that they have planned, a week from now they'll be playing for another championship. Low shot far side. I'm not sure if Callahan got a piece. No restart, or reset of the shot clock, so we'll say no. But she was on it. The feed in front. There's no stopping that shot. As it was, I believe it was Ania with the goal. We'll see it again on the replay. Oh, excuse me. It was Sussy with the goal.
Sussy with the goal. She's heating up, folks. Getting hot.
So the UMass commit, goal number 27 on the year for her. Back to the draw. And this will be St. Anthony's possession. Their speed up top. 48 goals on the year for Emma Speed. 4-year varsity player, 3-year starter. Delayed penalty, and it'll be another check to the sphere, so another free position opportunity. The Friars have cashed in on a few of these. This hash, though, should result in a pass here from Speed, which she does. Getting it back is Pupke. Feeds it in front. Great save. Callahan got up high.
That's saved by Callahan, the junior.
And now an opportunity in transition. Krista Fooley fires wide. Lauren, a terrific athletic family. Her dad, Rob, played football at Hobart. Her aunts, Ann and Megan, they both played lacrosse at Hopkins. Uncle Gavin, former All-American at Garden City, also played at Hopkins. Oh, we're not done yet with the family tree. Uncle Peter was an All-American at Connecticut College. And Lauren, perhaps the next great one. Force feed, ground ball, picked up by Pinkernall. Phoebe Shue coming downhill, switching angles. That'll be another foul there against the Friars. It's a good opportunity for New Canaan to end this 6-0 run by St. Anthony's. Riley Schlafman will have it. The sophomore denied. Loose ball, though, picked up. And New Canaan will have another opportunity.
Machida with the save.
For Machida, save unofficially number 3 in the game. Another free position, and this one finds the back of the net. Ashton Pinkernell.
Ashton Pinkernell, the senior, with the goal for the Rams.
For the lefty, goal number 25 on the year. The Colgate
That's
commit.
25th goal of the
She's
season.
who dictates the flow of the offense for this team. Good finisher inside. Woodset, hopefully with St. Anthony's and their zone defense, the hope was to create offense through her. That goal ends that 6-0 run by St. Anthony's. As they try to get this one just right. Who will win it on the circle? That is St. Anthony's with Iowanu. Her brother Andrew, a junior at Cold Spring Harbor. And now St. Anthony's, a team that averages 14.2 goals a game. Back on attack, the feed, trying to go far post. I believe that was Fox with the chance. There's Pupke. Addison Fox has felt right at home on this veteran St. Anthony's group. And another free position chance for the Friars. It'll be the freshman to do so. Gets it to speed. Turning there was Sussy. Back up top to Pupke. Here comes Speed to X. That is where Christie operates. Great dodge and the finish. As Pupke will get her third.
With her trifecta goal, 3 for her.
It starts here with this, look at this move. Whoop! Ducks under, and then the low bouncer.
A nice move by Pupke to get it going and keep it going. With 5:03 left to still have.
The senior came into this game with 5 goals on the year. She already has 3 on the afternoon. And the lead now 7-2 for the Friars. Good ground ball picked up on the circle. That was Phoebe Shue. Now Schlafman tries to split defenders. Foul was called. Riley, some really good one-on-one moves. Does a good job finishing her shots as well. Carissa Fooley feeds it to X. As the rain continues to fall here in South Huntington. Great feed and the finish inside by Janiga.
And Canada with the goal.
That's now a goal and an assist for the Davidson-bound senior.
Easy on her way to Davidson. Getting a good one.
And the assist, it looked like that was Schlafman with the assist. So Janiga now with 13 on the season. Schlafman picks up her 5th assist. And the score now 7-3. Ground ball, Friars. Good stick check. No. St. Anthony's comes away as the rain is really coming down now. Here comes Silas to Speed. Back to Christie. Christie and Speed. They've been that dynamic duo for the Friars for years. Speed to Christie. Now the kick up top to Ania. And here's a great opportunity for Emma Speed. A good hash for her to go to goal. Speed does that, and that's almost automatic for her. Her 49th of the season.
49th goal of the season for Emma Speed.
I love what Darcy Messina says in referring to Speed. Says she is poetry in motion offensively. And yet, on top of that, absolutely gritty on the ride.
3:26 left in the second quarter.
She says that she sees the game visually from a different level than a lot of offensive players. So her interpretation of the game, in addition to those unbelievable physical skills that she has, that's what makes her such a threat. She extends this lead to 8-3. And Shu doing a terrific job for the Rams on the circle, getting those balls. It's been her better day than most for New Canaan from the circle, but they've just not been able to necessarily translate that into either goal scoring opportunities or certainly goals. Of course, part of that credit should go to St. Anthony's, a team that just swarms defensively. They've only given up a little more than 5.5 goals a game. Casey hands off. There's Detmer up top. Detmer gets the return pass. Chris Afuli open, unable to find her. And there's a shot clock violation against New Canaan.
Violation called on the Rams. So the Friars will take over.
Silas gets it across to Speed, to Christie. The Friars will again operate from behind. Gallagher coming out of the box is Fox. I didn't mean that alliteration, but it just happened. Speed, good first step. Oh, the rocket up high by Christie. Heat check. Christie now with 2 and 3 in this first half, extending St. Anthony's lead to 9-3.
So 9-3, your score with 58.9 left on the clock.
Oh, right up above the stick. Callahan upset that she didn't get it, but that was a rocket. Ania with the feed on that, so she's got 1 and 1. As inside the final minute of the first half. Off the draw, it'll be Morio with the self-win. Now can the Friars maybe get one more here before the break? Iowanu, they'll get it to X. Racing out of the box was Ania. 30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds.
Speed, the feed, and we'll have a stop of the clock. Could be a cardable situation. Oh no, it won't be, but it'll be a terrific 8-meter chance. It'll be fed, great fake. The fake high, the finish low. And Sussy with the finish.
Nice fake out for Sussy.
That's 2 for her this afternoon. Great fake up high. Callahan had to play it. And then the finish down low. She's usually very unpredictable around the cage. Messina said she's good at doing the little things like just backing up shots, but she also has a way to get between defenders. She has a smooth crease roll as well. Another self-win by Morio. Is this now rinse and repeat for the Friars? They'll go quickly. Terrific interception. And now with 8 seconds left, can the Rams race down the field? No, says Kelsey Gorman.
And that will end the quarter. That brings us to halftime.
And the quarter and the half ends before that shot went off. So New Canaan scored the first, and then the Friars with the emphatic response, including 3 from Pupke. Look at that. Look at a face dodge, finish low. 3 for the Princeton-bound senior. Halftime at Cy Donnelly Field, and it is St. Anthony's with a 10-3 lead. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves. You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights. But how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, we specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athlete's key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Back here at Cy Donnelly Field, a quick halftime, and that's fine with these conditions as we bring in our first half stats. You see the score there, 10-3 in favor of the Friars. They've outshot New Canaan 9-6, both goalies with 3 saves, and both teams equal on the draw control, 5/10 for both. Neither have had a power play in this one. And that's how we enter the third quarter. Some individual stats. Cameron Pupke with 3 goals to lead the Friars. Anna Christie with 2 and 3. Sussy with 2. Speed, Gallagher, and Ania with a goal apiece. Ania also has an assist. Your goal scorers for New Canaan, Janiga, Pinkernell, and Moore with 1 each. Janiga also with an assist. An assist also goes to Riley Schlafman. Opening draw, third quarter. Last 2 of the first half, they were self-wins by Morio. The junior bound for Binghamton. Her coach, Darcy Messina, calls her deceivingly strong. This is the second game of our doubleheader here at Cy Donnelly Field. In the first one, the St. Anthony's boys, ranked number 7 in the country. They beat Archbishop Stepanak. Over at Chaminade, the Flyers beat Darien. And now the stage is set for that championship game. One thing that Messina said that she was excited about, and I'd imagine a lot of the players are as well, is they'll get to go to Hofstra on Wednesday. In previous years, their semifinal game was the same day, so they've not been able to root on the boys team. They can do that this Wednesday. There is Sussy behind the cage. To Christie. Gets it back to Sussy. The kick up top to Pupke. Good acceleration. The kick back. Up top to Ania. Christie, a little hezzy. Up top, Pupke. Bounces backwards. And a foul against New Canaan. Dead on center for this hash. A great opportunity for the Friars. It'll be Pupke. She's already got 3 on the day. Make it 4. Tucks it down low for the free position goal. And a good start. And a career game for Cameron Pupke. She entered this game with 5 goals on the year. Her next would match that in this game alone. Back to the draw control we go. St. Anthony's, they played yesterday afternoon. They beat Kellenberg 13-4. Anna Christie with 3 and 2 in that one. Emma Speed with 3 and 1. Pupke scored 3 in that game. So what a weekend Cameron Pupke is having. Aggressive stick check by Christie. I don't think Christie knows any other way to play than aggressive. That one a bouncer. Ground ball picked up by the Rams. And a foul called behind. Crisafulli reverses it to Detmer. Detmer finds Pinkernell. They'll feed it to the crease again. That shot denied. Phoebe Shue with the shot. And that will be a shot clock violation. So that shot didn't hit the bar. And it wasn't saved, so no reason for the reset as Iowanu gets it across cleanly to Pupke. Feed 13. Christie, they'll work it up top. Pupke hands off. And the high finish by Speed.
Emma Speed with the goal.
Make it 50 goals on the year now for Emma Speed.
50 goals on the
Nice
season.
milestone there, as you see, just gliding through
So Speed is
the New
what-
Canaan defense and the high finish. And right there, that was a perfect example of what Messina said of
goal.
poetry in motion. That was pretty to watch. as St. Anthony's extending their lead now to 12-3. Back to the draw where Reagan Celeberti and Melania Morio, they've been there the entire game. Woods was concerned about maybe having to utilize multiple players on the draw, but not the case here this afternoon. It's been Celeberti the entire way. Ground ball picked up by Morio. So another draw control win for the Friars. Here comes Speed. She gets the return pass. Ania to Sussy, they'll work it behind. Gallagher, Christie. She gets the return pass from Speed. Good movement off ball by the Friars. Terrific cut and finish. Ania. We just said the off-ball movement was elite. And that's what allowed Sophia Ania to get the goal. Watch this again. Christie with the feed, and then Ania the finish. Christie with 4 assists on this game, and Ania her second. With a 10-goal lead, we've now got running time in the third quarter. This draw goes to Celeberti. And then she was fouled. Wood said going forward for New Canaan that the need was to improve on the draw control, and you would say that's, you check that box here this afternoon. But those draws haven't materialized into goals for the Rams. New Canaan also coming off a win, beating Ridgefield on Thursday. Pinkernell with 6 goals and 2 assists. There she is on the ball. She feeds it to X. Riley Schlafman had 4 goals in that win. Zana Moore, 3 and 1. Lauren Crisafulli with 2 goals and 4 assists. Izzy Janiga with 2 goals and 2 assists. New Canaan a year ago, 14-8. Heartbreaking loss to Wilton in the FCX semis. As off the free position, I think we're going to have another one here as Lucy Casey was knocked down from behind.
Machida with the save.
You give the save to Machida. And they'll stop the clock here. I think they'll reset. I think the shot clock at least will have communication here. And there's a finish by Casey. The sophomore, described by Woods as a hustler, aggressive. And watch again. She takes the contact, doesn't bother her. The sophomore still gets through for the goal. There you see it again on both sides. She takes the contact, and she still finishes inside the far post. So that goal, which cuts the deficit to 9, also stops, at least for the moment, the running clock. This draw control goes to the Friars. St. Anthony's lone loss of the year, that was up at Darien. Double overtime thriller there. And St. Anthony's, they were shorthanded in that one. So even despite playing much of the game down a player and finishing with 9, they still battled to the very end. That one ended a 51-game winning streak, as Detmer will be called for this foul. But St. Anthony's, since seeing that 51-game winning streak snapped, they've gotten right back to their winning ways. 12-1 on the year. Errant pass, ground ball. Still loose, scooped up. And St. Anthony's will continue with the ball. That was Speed, her 22nd ground ball of the year. That's the other thing that you love about Emma Speed's game, right? 50 goals on the year. Look at the spin, low bouncer, that's wide. But she also has 12 caused turnovers. That tells you how aggressive she is in the ride. Getting her own rebound, Fabiana Gallagher, her second goal of the game.
Fabiana Gallagher with the goal.
You see it again, Gallagher, the feed from Christie, hits it off the post, gets her own rebound. Thank you very much. And there is the finish, her 18th goal of the year.
Goal of the year for Gallagher.
It's 9 consecutive wins. Friars going for 10 here this afternoon. Friars, they'll go quick. Great save. Callahan
with the save.
Mason has been outstanding this year. Came in 82 saves, 67% save percentage on the season. As we told you before, following in the footsteps of a great one as well, and C.C. Patterson. But Woods not ready to let her go inside the final minute of the third quarter. She's got another season left here on varsity. Look at that defense by the Friars. Results in a turnover. And here comes Silas. And they'll have a free position opportunity here with 37.4 seconds left in the third quarter. And she finishes it as well.
Meadow
Silas, her first of the game, her 11th of the year.
And 11th of the season.
For the Stony Brook commit. We know what she's going to be watching tomorrow with Stony Brook and BC battling at Laval Stadium. Opening draw of that one at noon. And what a day, by the way, for Boston College yesterday. And Kylie Colbert, the former North Shore standout, with 6 goals. 6 of the Eagles' 10 in that one. So 3 quarters in the books, and St. Anthony's in control of this one. It's been a balanced offensive effort. And Gallagher, if at once you don't succeed, try again. Gallagher off the rebound and the finish. 4th quarter next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Well, we mentioned some of those, the NCAA tournament happening right now. Here's some players who will hope to have impacts for their teams. You see Amanda Pacey at Duke, Molly Heine at Hopkins, McKinney down to Florida State, and then the North Carolina duo of Zank and Calabria. Calabria hurt this year, though. We look forward to seeing her back on the field next year. We take a look at New Canaan's alums in the NCAA. Sydney Patton, along with her sister Dylan. There's a whole bunch of Pattons all around the NCAAs. We mentioned CeCe Patterson before at Notre Dame. Lexi Tully at Cornell, and Kaylee Harden also with Zank and Calabria down in Chapel Hill. 4th quarter underway. Ground ball, loose ball. It is scooped up by Iowanu. Good feed. Look at the finish. Christie, though, unable to get the finish inside. Here's Speed. And now Pupke. Look at the explosion. Top side, Christie, a Hattie.
Anna Christie with the goal.
3 goals, 4 assists on the game for Christie. A terrific cut. She entered this game with 40 goals and 22 assists. As you see some of the list there of St. Anthony's current college commits. It is a lengthy one there as well. Yeah, there's a second page of it. I think there's even a third as well that is part of it. And there you see it. It ends with Machida. And we also know who she'll be watching tomorrow. Maybe she'll be at Laval Stadium. That, by the way, a rematch of last year's second-round game, Stony Brook, BC. That won by the Eagles. En route to another trip to the national semifinals. That's a spot that Joe Spallina's Stony Brook team has been trying to get to. An extension of arms there, and it'll be a free position opportunity for New Canaan. Ooh, a little misstep, and that false start, at least it was initially. One official said that the ball would go the other way, but I wonder if both misstepped is the reason. In either case, great save down low by Machida. And here come the Friars the other way. Flying down the field. Numbers for St. Anthony's. Christie. And even here, early fourth quarter, you see how quick the ball is moving. Christie, there's the fake. Let's kick it back out. Nowhere to go there for Pupke. Christie, step down, Pupke with the finish. 5 on the day for Pupke.
5 goals for Pupke today, folks. She's unconscious. Check her pulse.
Look at that step down. Rips it high.
Nike, my birthday mate. 5 goals for her.
Christie gets her 5th assist on that. Have yourself a day, number 13. Morio, another draw control win. The feed just misses its mark. Racing in. Good ground ball picked up by Chloe Malady. Excuse me. The Georgetown commit. Malady at the top, feeds. Getting hammered inside. And a foul was called. Shot wide of the mark. I think that was Misha Fernandez. Trying to fight her way through was Kiara Cameron, as St. Anthony's trying to get some of their bench players on. Christie, though, she's not quite done yet. Look at the ferocious ride. The GB picked up by Reapy, but it is New Canaan who comes away with it. Pinkernell. You mentioned some of the recent history for New Canaan. As there is a foul. See, last year, 14-8. lose to Wilton in the FCX, and then lose to Darien in the final, both of those by a single goal. In 2024, how about 21-1-1, beating Darien in both the FCX and the state Class LL final. In 23, they went 18-4. They lost to Darien in the FCX final and again in the state final. In 2022, it was their opportunity where they beat Darien twice. So you could see how back and forth it's been between those two lacrosse-rich communities as they will call that goal off. I think it was Chris Afuli, but they'll say it was a crease violation.
That was in the crease.
So when it rains, it literally pours for these Rams. Even when you think you get a goal back, it is called back. That's Danny Torres. Torres will also head to Stony Brook. Summer Reed hands off, and now it is liberal subs here for the Friars. Nice dodge, Malati. Gets the return pass. Feet across, and the finish, and you could tell that's a special one by the celebration on the bench. Kiera Cameron with the finish. Watch it again. Terrific finish for the Belmont Abbey bound senior. And you know how special a player is by the celebration on the bench, even in a score like this. And the Friars bench absolutely exploded like it was an overtime winner in a championship game. There's Chris Afuli. Just a freshman. And look at that finish. I think that might have been Detmer flying through, and it is Lucy Detmer. Excellent basketball player, a dynamic athlete. And there you see just flying through the alley for the finish. As you see some of New Canaan's college commits, Strupp heading to Villanova, Pinkernall to Colgate, Janiga, Davidson, Celebrity to Furman, and Callahan heading to Notre Dame, but not quite yet. Let's not forget Madison Civarelli, either the junior, heading to Vanderbilt. They'll stop the clock here inside the final minute. I see the last 3 years for the Friars, each ending, the last two at least, ending in perfect seasons, all three ending with championships. And after a conversation, they'll say it'll be New Canaan ball. So the Rams would love to get one more here. New Canaan still a lot of their season remaining. They'll next head to Greenwich, and they'll take on John Jay Cross River after that. And then it's the FCIAC and the state tournament as well. And one more for the Rams. Izzy Janiga, her second of the game. Another look, Janiga. Make it 14 on this season for the senior. And that should put the finishing touches on this one.
10 seconds.
And now they'll stop the clock. As a card was issued with 0.6 seconds left against Morio. So this one just sent down the field. Pinkernall, and the final whistle ends here. 18-6, the win for St. Anthony's. The Friars will improve to 13-1. New Canaan falls to 8-6 on the season.
Nice job.
Time now for our breakout goaltending save of the game. The save of the game brought to you by Breakout Goaltending Group, Long Island's longest running goalie exclusive training program. Serving boys and girls elementary through college age all year round since 2004. Today's breakout save of the game winner receives a certificate good for one complimentary lesson with Long Island's finest. Breakout Goaltending Group. Visit them online at breakoutgoaltending.com. And the winner of the Breakout Goaltending save of the game, here it is. Pinkernell tries to go low, looking 5-hole, and Machida says no. The senior bound for Stony Brook. Big save for her, and she is your Breakout Goaltending save of the game winner. So early on in this one, the New Canaan players, they were dancing in the rain before the start of this one. Any way you can get warm, certainly. And listen, they got the goal scoring started early as well. Xana Moore with the finish there. But then Cameron Pupke, what a day she would have with 5 goals on this game. Heck of a way to celebrate a birthday. Anna Christie, she'd have 3 and 5. Gallagher gets her own rebound and the finish. And we're not done yet, showing you the highlight reel for Cameron Pupke. This might be the best of them all. High heat. And the last one, and a special one at that, as this goal scored inside by Kiera Cameron as St. Anthony's. They are victorious, 18-6. For our entire Varsity Media crew, our executive producer, Ben Turchin, our technical director, Becca Kazaks. Extra thanks to Peyton Brophy and Joe Foster, dealing with the elements today to bring you all those great moving images. I'm Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Cy Donnelly Field.